Today we are talking about an insecurity that a lot of Indians have, so I'm coming with my skincare tray, okay? Okay, darkness around the mouth.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Layer by Layer. I am Smile, and today we're talking about darkness around the mouth. Yes. So this is like an insecurity of so many Indian girls and women. Like every time I open my DM, my comments, I do get this one request that what do I do about the pigmentation around the mouth? Okay. Now, if you are somebody who is fallen for the beauty standards of like this even tone and even little bit doesn't have to be off, then what are you doing? You are beautiful the way you are. Okay. Today we are covering why pigmentation around the mouth happens, what and what not to use for the pigmentation around the mouth, and I'm also going to give you some product recommendations that I'm using myself, so that in case you want to try any of these, you can. There's no pressure for you to buy. This video series is for us to understand why things happen and what ingredients do what, so that we don't fall for the marketing gimmicks and we know our skin and what our skin needs. Okay. Why pigmentation happens. But wait, if in case you're getting like a sudden darkness around your mouth which you did not have, go to your doctor immediately, because it can actually be some kind of a deficiency or hormonal. So you can go to your doctor, get it checked, and get those supplements before you even think of skincare. Okay, so health first always. Right now, why darkness around the mouth happens? Obviously, first thing is sun exposure. All the root of every evil ever is sun. Sun exposure, not sun exposure. So what happens is, what does sun exposure do? It creates this inflammation in the skin, the redness, the dark spots, all of that. This part especially is more exposed because every time we eat, we are like wiping the food off every time. And also, like, because we live in such a hot and humid place, I do. So you sort of just keep, wiping your sunscreen off all the time because you're sweating here. This is where actually makeup can help you. If you're wearing like a tinted sunscreen or makeup in general, you are actually getting a lot more coverage. Anyway, so that can be a reason. Another reason for pigmentation can be spicy food that we eat. That can cause that can cause the skin to flare up. Allergies can cause inflammation. Inflammation is actually the root cause of all evil, not the sun. Because what happens with inflammation? We have to understand, when we are dealing with pigmentation, you have to understand why these pigmentations are happening, right? So, if you remember episode 1, we spoke about melanocytes. Melanocytes are the cells that give your skin that color. This beautiful, rich brown color is from there, right? And melanocytes ke under there is this enzyme called tryptophan. It does not matter if I'm pronouncing it right, obviously. The concept of it matters, okay? So that enzyme is what is responsible for giving that melanin, right? And when these cells create melanin, they have these like packages, these sort of bags that they send over to the skin when inflammation happens to, like, it's almost like a SOS response of the skin, right? Something is off, we need to cover, right? Now, obviously, with sun exposure, if your skin gets damaged, it can create the very not so good skin condition called melasma. And if not melasma, then hyperpigmentation, sort of this darkness around the mouth that we have. So that is one of the very, very main reasons why that darkness is there. Another main reason is obviously shadowing from, see, we as Indians, we have dark hair. Okay, I mean, I've colored my hair now, but my roots are dark, right? Like all of us. So even the hair on our face or on our body will be dark. Now, the worst thing that people do is like get like in at a very young age, they start waxing, they start threading, and you're like literally punching your skin and causing so much of inflammation and redness and irritation from all of that. But as your skin matures, then you get used to the waxing and the threading, and then you don't get that much of a problem. But already you have caused so much of tension on the skin, so much of harassment on the skin, that it has already caused that shadowingness of it. And obviously, like, I shave, like you guys know, I've mentioned this a lot of times. Even when you shave, like, you get these, like, when the new hair come out, even then it will be a little darker. So that much darkness will happen. I mean, you can bleach, but I will really never suggest anybody to bleach, because that can eventually cause more irritation, more inflammation, and just break your skin barrier. And it's not lightening anything, it's just making your hair golden. That's it. So these small, like a little bit tint of darkness will probably always be there. But today we are talking specifically of if it is more than that, if you're seeing your whole face is one color and this is like some really like dark mustache thing has happened here, then we're talking there. Okay. Also, please remember this part of the mouth, this part of the skin is a lot more sensitive. Like, your under eyes are have thinner skin, they're a lot more sensitive. Similarly, the next second best sensitive skin is right here around the mouth. So a lot of people, when they start using higher percentages of retinols, they get a lot of irritation around here, because this skin is sensitive. And us being Indians, we have all the spicy food, the pani puri, the la, la, la. So there are a lot of factors. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. A lot of factors. But moving on to what you can do, what you can use, and what not to use, even though it is marketed as like this anti-pigment, okay. So first things first, obviously I'm going to say sunscreen. That is but obvious, right? Why? Because see, with sunscreen, it's giving you like a UV absorption, UV reflection, UV scattering, giving you all of that protection because of that iron oxide. Now, if you're using mineral sunscreen, I would really suggest that. I know it gives you that white cast. I know it's a trouble, but it gives you a better protection as well. I know like sunscreen is very touchy these days with people, but if you want my suggestion, go for a mineral sunscreen, especially if you're out and about. Even if when you're inside your home, every 3 hours, like what you do, apply your sunscreen in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. At least thrice reapply it, okay? That's a rule. This is not even, I've not even gotten into the products. That's just a rule. Moving on to the ingredients, I'll give you about 7 to 8 ingredients that are, anti-pigment, whatever. Anyway, starting with the most famous one is the alpha-arbutin. Now, this inhibits that tyrosinase, that enzyme that is, that produces that melanin. Now, alpha-arbutin is not a bad ingredient to have, but alpha-arbutin is also very, very strong. In some cases, it can cause more irritation. So, more irritation matlab more inflammation matlab more hyperpigmentation. So, we don't want that. Try to get lower percentages of alpha-arbutin, because after alpha-arbutin, it's only hydroquinone. I'm not even going to talk about hydroquinone, because you should only take hydroquinone under a dermatologist's recommendation, and when you're visiting your dermat on a regular basis, so that she can check where your skin is and whatever. So I'm not getting into the hydroquinone space of hyperpigmentation. The next best thing is alpha-arbutin. Now, but with alpha-arbutin, again, it will irritate, it will cause that inflammation. So go for lower percentages. Next is retinoids. Now, retinoids are amazing because they're increasing your skin cell turnover, they are boosting your collagen, they're regulating your melanin production, they are disrupting that melanin transfer. But if you are a beginner, do not go for higher percentages. Do not at all go for, more than max, I'll say 0.1% is more than enough for a beginner, and go for two to three times a week at night. Do not do it more than that. Again, the reason I'm saying is that with hyperpigmentation, you have to be very careful, because the ingredients that are used to treat it can also cause it. So we have to be very, very careful, okay? The next ingredient is tranexamic acid, also TXA known as. This one is a good friend of mine. I have used it in the past couple of months and I have loved it. This one also reduces the production of melanin. Now that we know why pigmentation is caused, we can see how these different ingredients can help with the reduction of it, right? So it reduces the production of melanin itself. It is also anti-inflammatory. So now we know inflammation can cause hyperpigmentation. So TXA is anti-inflammatory. So TXA can actually help you in dealing with that pigmentation. Obviously, today we are focused around the mouth, but pigmentation is pigmentation whether it is on your cheek, on your mouth, on your forehead. Okay? But this skin is very sensitive, so we have to be even more careful. Moving on to the next ingredient, this one I would not even categorize as a anti-pigmentation ingredient, but anybody who has been in the skincare game for long enough knows that the ingredient I'm talking about is vitamin C. So vitamin C alone will not help, but vitamin C also helps like boost other ingredients performance. So and also it's an antioxidant, so it's helping your skin immunity. So in that way I would say yeah, vitamin C can also help, but not alone. Okay. Next, my most favorite one is licorice root extract. Licorice root extract. Oh my god, it is. Okay, here's the thing. Not only is it an Indian herb, if you know me, you know how much I love my Indian herbs, right? Not only can you drink it, yes, and by the way, licorice root in Hindi is mulethi. So not only can you drink the mulethi chai to internally help your skin, but so many skincare, these products you'll see where you will have this ingredient because it is so good. Not only is it helping with that lightening of that pigmentation that has happened, it is also boosting your skin's immunity. So licorice root extract, if you have to take my suggestion and you're dealing with that darkness, start with licorice root extract. You will not be disappointed because it is not irritating. It's also very sensitive skin friendly. So even my sensitive girlies can be like, yeah, I can also work on a, brightening skin routine because I have licorice roots. So licorice root, very good. Moving, another very good one which I have made an entirely separate video about is azelaic acid. Obviously, if you have not seen that video, you can go check it out. Also, if you're watching me for the first time, hi, I am Smile and I live in Mumbai. I do a lot of skincare, beauty. This is my skincare series where we break down ingredients and what those ingredients do. It's called Layer by Layer. Apart from this, I make a few vlogs. I just moved into my new apartment, and yeah, you can find me on Instagram. Please subscribe, please like. I'm really trying very hard to be consistent on YouTube and give you what you guys need. So all I need from you is a like, a subscribe, and comment. And if you're still watching, then comment. I love azelaic acid. Okay, okay. Now moving on to the products. Okay. I'm going to give you a few products that I'm using myself, the ones that have a mixture of the ingredients that I just spoke about. Okay, starting with this one, this is the niacinamide tranexamic acid serum. This is the name of the serum is Pore Plus Dark Spot Brightening Serum. This is from Celimax. Now this has a very slight percentage of salicylic acid also, and I absolutely love this serum. Why? It is not irritating. It is not, I'm an acne prone girl, by the way, in case you did not know. It does not clog your pores, right? It is working on also all of these products, or any product actually, give it 2 to 3 months. No product is going to give you a result like that, right? It may, but then it will also, has a higher risk of irritating your skin, burning off your skin. So we don't want that, right? This one, I really love this serum. Why? Because it has that combination of niacinamide. Also, I made a separate video. So in case you're confused, you can go check it out. So it has niacinamide, it has tranexamic acid. Both of them are brightening agents. Niacinamide, especially for acne prone skin, very good. So this is my first suggestion. Second suggestion is these retinoids. Now this is an eye cream actually. Any cream that is formulated for your eyes, right, is obviously been made for a sensitive area, for a sensitive skin. So anything that is made for your eyes, you can use it anywhere else. You can use it on your neck, you can use it on your mouth, you can use it wherever, right? Now this one is the Revive Eye Serum Ginseng plus Retinol. Although this is retinol, this is not retinol. So if you are a complete beginner, I would say skip it. But if you have been using retinol and you want a little bit more of that, a little bit more of a, what's the word? Anyway, if you want a little bit more magic, let's say magic, then go for this one. This is extremely gentle. Also, obviously, because it has ginseng, so again, it's going to, increase the immunity of your skin so that you don't break out a lot and does not cause a lot of allergies. Anyway, the next retinol, this one is the Retinol Short Tightening Serum. This is again from Celimax, and I promise you, I am not sponsored by them. Although by now I really should be. Come on, guys. Come on, Celimax, hit me up. Anyway. Retinol 0.1%. Now this one for beginner friendly, it is very beginner friendly. You can obviously use it all over your face. You don't have to use it as just a spot treatment. But if you're just starting out, like I don't want to use retinol on my face, you can use it as a, like, use the tiniest amount. Like this is more than enough if you're a beginner. It's more than enough for your whole face. Okay, more than enough. Moving on, this azelaic acid serum, I spoke about this in my last video. You can go for the Sesderma one if you want to, but this is a little bit more affordable, so you can go for this one. This is the Anua 10 azelaic acid 10 and hyaluron. Now, if you're again acne prone and you have dark spots and you want to focus on that pigmentation, azelaic acid does it all. She is that girl. She just does it all. She is like, I'll get you and I will not irritate you. So try this one. Now, don't be confused ki should I go for this or should I go for this, okay? If you are acne prone and you're dealing with dark spots and you also want to deal with your pigmentation, go for this. If you're not acne prone and you want just a little bit evenness of your skin, then go for this one, okay? If you are somebody who is just looking for, I just want like a little bit brightness, I don't have that much pigmentation, but I still want a little bit brightness, then you can go for the Centella Tone Brightening Capsule Ampule. This one has a stabilized form of vitamin C. So this one will actually help your other active ingredients work better. Okay. Moving on to your exfoliation step. Do not, as a hyperpigmentation around the mouth, do not use glycolic acid. It will irritate you. Okay. Go for mandelic acid if you have to, go for an exfoliation, or go for something like this, which is extremely gentle. It is formulated for sensitive skin. Then you can exfoliate even around the mouth with this. This is the Jivu J Hartley BHA peeling pad from Celimax again. This is my second tub. Again, I am acne prone, I have sensitive skin. This one does not irritate me. Now I have started using it 2 to 3 times a week. I started with once a week. You can use it 2 to 3 times a week, no issues. But remember, always follow up with a moisturizer, and the next day wear your sunscreen. Whether you're using retinoids, whether you're exfoliating, anything, any day, anytime, always wear sunscreen, okay? I have to give a special mention to this one. Sorry. Sorry. This is my absolute go-to SOS cream. This is the Centella Calming AC Spot Cream from iUnique. Now, I use it as a spot treatment on my acne when my acne is red and angry. Sometimes, if you get like a irritation around here, if you're getting redness, you can use this also just around the mouth. It will calm down that redness immediately, like on a SOS basis. The next day you will see a huge difference. If you don't have this, even Cicaplast is amazing. That tube that comes off Cicaplast, it's an amazing one. Or any other like soothing, repairing, have some kind of an ointment which is like the soothing, repairing ointment. Also, if you are prone to dryness around, then also Cicaplast is going to be amazing for you. Just put it like a paste around your mouth, sleep with it. It will repair your skin barrier, because that also can cause, if you are not dealing with it, that can cause more irritation, more inflammation, more redness, and what will happen after that? Darkness. So have these tubes with you all the time. I am not mixing too many actives in one night. I am not, overwhelming my skin, and just keep at it. Do not give up just because you think that, oh, it's been a week and I'm not seeing any results. You're not going to see results in a week, darling. We have to increase the immunity of our skin. You have to be patient with your skincare. And just remember, higher, more percentages are not better. Consistent use over time, being gentle, being kind to yourself over time is better. And whether you have dark spots, you don't have dark spots, whether you have acne, whether you don't have acne, you are still beautiful. Okay? I will see you in the next video. Till then, remember, you're magical, you're wonderful, and here is a Kala Tika for you.